Good day, good people of the internet. And this is a completely spontaneous video. I do not have a script here. I don't really have any reason for doing this other than I saw something that really bugged me in rewatching Arrow Season 1, and I wanted to point it out. I'm going to be doing a breakdown of the legendary hallway fight from Season 1, Episode 21, otherwise entitled The Undertaking. Now, I'm really not going to edit this in any major way. Might cut out some pauses here and there, might just make it sound better, cut out some ums and some awkward wording, some goofs. But I also might just leave it up as is. Who knows? So, let's get started here. I don't know what I'm going to call. I don't know what I'm going to call this. I'm probably going to call it something like "Why You Actually Love Bad Filmmaking," because I'm going to say something controversial here. Sorry. Ugh, I'm recovering from a cold. That's not a controversial statement. The controversial statement here is Arrow Season 1 has good cinematography in that it's pretty, but not in that it's consistent. Let's dive in here. So I'm gonna start this off a little bit. It's in fast motion now, well, normal speed now, but I will cut the speed way down. Alright, so here we have the start of the sequence. No problems here. Everything's fine.
There's a problem in Quadrant 4.
Oh, there's a problem in Quadrant 4, apparently. Okay, so let's whack the speed down. So this is where I start having problems, actually. So, wait, actually, no. What I'll do is I'll put this up to full speed for a second. You hear that click? Oh, also, this is the first and only time that I made my mouse visible while recording. I don't know if you can actually see it. If you can, that's great. If not, I'm going to sound like a moron. Anyhow, listen to this click. Didn't that sound like a, like some sort of metal baton being unleashed, right? But, as we're about to find out, give me a moment. That's not metal. That's a police baton that's not even retractable. Not at all. Oops. Bad sound design, huh? Unless it was this door, but this door also doesn't seem to be metal, it seems to be wood. Just like the other doors in the facility. Anyhow, we move on. That hit missed, but that's totally forgivable. No issue there. This is where we have issue. Okay, let's go here. Look at the eye line. We're on this side of Oliver, right? So the eye line is reasonably assumed to be going this way. We immediately cut to this shot. We cut to this shot. And that's not good. Because that means that this eye line, right here, the eye line we have right here, the 180-degree line, is broken. Boom. You were confused immediately in what amounts to, ultimately, that long of a shot. Now, when you do that long of a shot, it shouldn't be confusing. It can't be confusing, but it is. I have no issue with the choreography here. This is one of the best choreographed fights ever, except, notice here. Watch closely. Oliver Perry's kick goes for punch. Oh no, back kick. How did that happen? Parry kick, go for punch. Now where's the back kick set up? Where's the back kick set up? Leg completely rigid here. Leg rigid here. Leg fully extended. Leg fully extended. Leg off the ground in full spin for... Oops. Oh no. What have I done? Okay. This long. How nuts is that? That is bad filmmaking. We continue. This is a wonderful sequence. of beautiful choreography. The missed strike, the duck, followed into the spinning elbow. Then parries the knife to the chest with the bow. That's brilliant. Then slaps the knife aside. However, another issue we have here. Notice, slaps the knife aside, catches it at the elbow joint. Catches it at the elbow joint. Right there. You can see his hand is now, he is now turning to the inside of the guy. He's now turning to the inside angle. Also notice the foot position here. So let's back up a second. Notice foot position. It's difficult to tell if Oliver's knee is in front of or behind this guy's knee from this angle. However, from this angle, it's very, very clearly in front. Additionally, he is now grabbing onto the wrist, again, just like he was before, which leads me to think that in the initial shot, Oliver never actually let go of his wrist. Well, I mean, he did there, but like in the initial cut. This was obviously a fight that was found in the edit. Anyway, brilliant choreography, brilliant choreography. This is hard to catch at first. The man has a knife. Oliver shoves the man's knife into his own body. However, no human is that flexible. Okay, this is a good sequence. We have a nice clear turn to see a clear enemy and a clear arrow shot, right? He's there for more than just a frame. We have another clear turn to fire at a clear enemy and a clear shot. This is bad. Because, again, eyeline switch. We are on this eyeline, meaning it would be more acceptable to turn so that this man, that we were facing this man's left side. However, we turn to face Oliver's right side. And he continues shooting, and now we're on the right side again, which means it would still be acceptable to turn to his right side. Yet when this man jumps for him, we're on their left. That's 2 breaks of the 180 line within a few seconds of each other. That's not good filmmaking. That's confusing to the viewer, that's confusing to cinematographers, and ultimately that's just... Oh, and, okay, hold on. Also, we have a little confusing cinematography here. He jolts the elbow right into his rib cage, right? Yet, here, he's now on this side of Oliver. Therefore, it would have to be this arm that went into him. There, good kick. Now this sequence bothers me a little bit. Not a lot, right? We have... Okay, let's count here. We have this gentleman here. This gentleman, we see him coming. This gentleman, we don't see. We don't know what happens to him, what becomes of him. He simply is. So this brilliant piece of choreography where he slips both strikes and tackles this guy, slams him into this gentleman here, who for some reason found himself there, while simultaneously, I believe it is simultaneously, let me see, simultaneously, apparently, tripping that guy a little bit? I don't know. But, point is, that guy there, that Oliver just ducked the kick of, he just runs away. Like, I shot my shot. Now, we see Oliver turn, aim an arrow. Who's he shooting at? We don't know. This arrow, okay, wait, nope. It looks like this is Oliver's right side. This is this man's left side. Okay, the 180-degree line is broken again. If they wanted to present the illusion of him shooting from this angle, him shooting him dead on, running toward him, they would invert this shot. However, it's very clear that by this arrow shaft, he's shooting this way, not this way. Because it looks from this angle like he's running away from Oliver. Running this direction toward this side. If you're running toward this side, it would provide the illusion that he's running toward Oliver, therefore taking an arrow. Also, we have not established him in the shot. We have not established who Oliver is shooting at, therefore we have not established his geography. Also, who's this guy? Who's this guy? Where are they running? Where are they in this place? They're apparently very close to Oliver. Who's he? Like, this is some brilliant choreography there. Like, brilliant, brilliant stuff. I have no issue with this shot right here. Boom, nice. Then boom, brilliant. Love it, love it, love it. But where does he come from? Isn't this the guy that tried to kick Oliver? And where did he go? What did he do? What? This is so confusingly shot. The geography is completely unclear. Now, this is, I think, the worst offender. Oliver gets up, and does he starts to transition his arrows into his aiming hand. Starts, and he's aiming. Aiming at whom? We don't know. He shoots, and there's a guy there. Now, I looked at this a little bit earlier, and you can kind of see the guy walk in right there. Blurry frame. We don't register him because we're focused on Oliver. If they, for example, did a quick cut to this guy, if they did a quick cut to this guy behind the bike wheel, basically just show us what Oliver sees. Cut along this eye line, boom. We see this guy, we realize that Oliver has registered him as a threat. Then Oliver clocks it quickly, takes him out. Brilliant. Where does this guy come from? He wasn't there this whole time. Now, I have no issues with this scene, except for, well... Okay, wait. We are on... Okay. Let me go back here. I keep getting ahead of myself. So, we are on Oliver's... technically, we're behind him, but we're on his left back. Now, we're on his left front. That's acceptable. Now we are, again, left back. And now, still left back, but then it'll switch. There it is. There's the switch. Right back. Well, now we're actually in front. The eye line has not changed. We broke the 180-degree line. That's the greatest sin of this sequence. See, it did it again. Went from... Basically, to explain the eye line, imagine a long, long, long stick emerging from your lead actor's eyes in any sequence. Any sequence at all. Imagine a long stick emerging from his eyes. As a filmmaker, you never want to cross that stick unless you move it. You can go from this side of the stick to this side, but you can't go from this side over here behind him. You can't do that. You also can't go from... Well, you can't do a reverse shot and have both actors on the same side of the eye line. Like that just was. That was a reverse shot. Like that. Reverse shot. We have shot. And then we have reverse shot. See, this is a sequence where really it doesn't matter as much in shot reverse shot because both actors are in physical proximity to each other, so you can always tell their geography. But in dialogue sequences, this is a cardinal sin. And of course, Oliver is turned... Now wait. Oliver is turned toward these bodies. Well, he's turned away from these bodies. Look at his shoe. But here he's turned toward them. If I advance it a little bit, we now see the carnage as he turns around. That is a continuity error. And also, well, you can't, okay, just to mention, you can break eyeline when you actually move the camera. That is perfectly acceptable. Like what this shot did. It broke eyeline like that. You can do that. You can't go from here to here in a reverse shot, in a shot that cuts. You can, however, go from here to here in a pan, or in a camera movement of any sort. You can do that. When you're not moving, however, you can't. But anyway, that is a continuity error, and as much as I love this sequence, it is very, very shoddy filmmaking, very amateur. I don't know the director of this episode, but whoever it is, I'm not gonna say they did a great job. The stunt crew, of course, did a fantastic job, as they always do. But in terms of cinematography, this is... And Arrow Season 1 is actually filled with moments like these. Moments of just complete disregard for the eyeline, for basic rules of cinematography, and for geography. Essentially, it's shot like it's by first-time filmmakers, when in reality, these are veterans. These are people who have been in the field for a long time. These are filmmakers. This is what they do. Yet it's made like a very low-budget student film, at least in terms of cinematography. With some pretty shots, sure, of course. The use of lighting is brilliant. The use of color, brilliant. But lighting and color doesn't just constitute cinematography. There's more to it than that, like where and how you place your shots. And in terms of shot placement, and of course editing, because this whole sequence, all I've shown you is in very, very quick cuts. Everything cuts so quickly to each successive shot. It's insane. But in terms of those elements, this is a very, very, very flawed sequence. And something that, honestly, I would say, like, this is obviously not the first cut. This is not what the director, or not what the director and stunt team intended. Excuse me. This is not what the director and stunt team intended, but this is what was found in the edit. They obviously found this fight scene in post. They didn't find it on the shoot. They had elements of it. Like, obviously, that sequence. Obviously, this sequence, not this one. This one flows into the next one, flows into the next one, flows into the next one. Yes, that's brilliant stuff. But, this is a sequence that was full of beats connected by shoddy editing and cinematography. The beats are solid, the editing and cinematography, not so. I was just about to sign off there. Anyway, this has been a very brief look at Arrow Season 1. I'll do another one soon. We'll see. This has been Dr. Jones, PhD 62, signing off.